Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Huh? So come get some.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one.
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape, very big guns, blowing very big holes, very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-gun gorilla, long days of vengeance.
bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these part-timers and their excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no, I'll never settle what you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never lose it.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Barron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving it to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
Hey, yo, y'all know what time it is?
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Monday Madness, featuring Pops and the Richness, and indie creators from around the world. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Alright. So, somebody give me the rundown. Is everybody still shadow banned? What's going on? I know we've been fighting against that crap, that Mike Barron shadow ban, that Frog G shadow ban. Anybody else who they might have been putting the screws to lately, but does anybody know if anything's changed? Looking for information, because I haven't heard anything other than what I already knew, that certain links don't, if you don't have the exact link, you ain't finding some of this stuff. We all know that sucks. Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody. Still got a little bit of that black makeup all over my face. I scrub my face. The shit hurts. That's what you get when you zombie up for Halloween. No zombie tonight. No, not doing no costume tonight. Gonna be kicking it right here. I'm gonna do this show. I hope Rich can make it. He said he had stuff to do that was involved with the school and whatnot. And he wasn't sure if he's gonna be able to make it out here. I hope he can. Christie said she might pop out for a few. Doc's getting some food, and then he's gonna be here. I think they just like to test me to see how I'll do out here by myself, which I don't even want to be. I don't even want to do that part of the show. I want to do the road show, man. I just want to go to the cons. I just want to get out on the road. I mean, this has been fun, and it's been great to build the network through, but now the network's kind of building itself, and, you know, I want to go do my thing. I want to go do the thing that I'm dreaming of, which is setting up the cons, selling people's books, doing the show from a con, doing a little bit of road shows, some funny bloopers, stuff like that from on the road. You know, I just want to go have some fun, man. People just don't get it. You're supposed to be having fun. Anyway, the link's pinned over there. Anybody wants to jump out? This is the Halloween Monday Madness. And if you're cool, you're more than welcome to jump out and hang out. You know, oh, it's the richness. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, boss? How you doing?
What are you doing, brother?
I have no fucking idea. I'm just doing some shit. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just chillaxing, relaxing.
Yeah, it's Halloween. Just enjoy thyself.
I'm trying.
Know what I'm
What
saying?
fucking time is it? It's 6 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock there. You got an hour back for a minute. You know, we're all going to change in a week or two, and it's going to go back to 5 hours again. So.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Enjoy it for a minute, right?
I'm going to enjoy that for a minute, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just going to draw some stupid shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, man.
So, hey, thanks for hanging out throughout the weekend. You know, I know
I tried as much as I could, dude.
I know.
I
That's what I'm saying.
wish I could
Thanks.
do more, but, you know.
Well, no, I understand. I'm just saying, thanks for jumping out when you could.
Yeah,
we have to juggle helping out with Doc with his situation.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, everybody was totally cool. Brian Christgau jumped in for a bit and helped us out. You know, it's like that's what it's about.
All right, well,
everybody
that's
working.
great, but where are these ugly bastards now that it's fucking
Oh,
Halloween?
Brian ain't even awake, probably.
Lazy ass motherfucker.
Doc is
What's wrong
eating.
with that boy?
He'll be here in a minute.
Well, he's always eating, fat bastard.
Well,
That's
come
right,
on.
I said it.
He's a growing boy.
He is a growing boy.
He needs his
outward.
nutrients.
He sure does.
His nutrition.
Yeah. Nutrition.
Now,
What?
Rich, we had a pretty good weekend, huh?
Yes, we did. As far as I know.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ape shit with the perspective grid again because I can. I feel like doing that now. I feel like pushing the limits on what a perspective grid can look like. So I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna keep doing stuff until I get tired and bored or whatever the hell.
See, look, them kids challenged Rich, and now he's fucking working.
No, these kids are the best kids. I am overjoyed with them.
They challenged you,
really am.
dude. They challenged you, and now you're out here
man,
bettering yourself. You're like,
the love of teaching has reignited, not that it was ever really down, but reignited the love I have for what I do before I started teaching. And man, they're so good.
Hojo, did I hear you got a
awesome.
book
Hey,
out?
Hojo, what's up, man?
Did I hear you got a book out or something, or that somebody else? Is it you? It's been a busy weekend, CRoM Con weekend. I don't get out on the other socials much except to share stuff out. So I'm not really looking at what happened that weekend.
Yeah.
So if there's some kind of news that I need to know about, drop me a link, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No news is good news, usually.
Oh, yes, there is a sign-up page. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Man, Microsoft killed my Gmail or killed my Outlook account. So I don't know if Indiegogo is going to recognize my new email address or not. But I'm trying to sign up, Hojo. We'll see what happens.
Oh, that's a crock of shit.
It said, thank me for my interest. All right. So I will confirm that when I get over in my email box. Y'all go check it out. Oh, you dropped it this morning. Okay. So I saw it for the first time this morning. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was something you did over the weekend while I was working.
Are you reading the comments or something? Oh, wait. I don't.
The Mythicals, number 1.
The Mythicals?
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Meet the Heroine, Nancy Miller. Listen, I'll go ahead and pull it up. Yatta hey, I can do that. Let's check this one. I mean, it's just the sign-up page, but it's got some art up here and gives a little bit of a little story synopsis, The Mythicals, number 1. Level M recruits young Nancy Moon to aid in the eternal struggle between the dark and the light.
Completely.
Rich, what would you do if you found out that the supernatural was real?
Probably shit myself.
After a chance encounter, Nancy Moon is about to discover that reality is
Nancy Moon, huh? All right.
Yeah. She's about to discover that reality isn't as it appears to be.
Of
but
course.
that she can unravel the mystery. But can she unravel the mystery before it's too late? Monsters, magic, and mayhem ensue to bring you the first piece of the puzzle. There you go.
Cool.
And there's some
I'm
art.
impressed. Yep.
There is some art up there you can check out. Yeah. About halfway done with the pencils. It should be ready to print by mid-December. And
nicely done.
There you go. Cool. What's up, Vincent?
Hello, Vincent De Leon.
Pale Rider wants to know how many times Professor Rich has been called into the university's HR so far.
6.
6. There you go. The answer is 6. How you doing,
the answer
Vincent?
is 6, you androgynous old fart.
So yeah, you guys go sign up for Hojo's book, man. Go check it out. I really like that freaking evil-looking bastard down there on the right. Look at him, Rich.
Where? Oh, he looks evil.
He
evil.
He looks like a ghoul pope or something. Look at him.
He looks like Rex. After he emoliates himself, daily.
I don't think he looks like Rex. No.
I think his Mexican child bride would differ. Oh God, I'm horrible.
Always going
I'm
after
also
something.
truthful. That's right. Well, he went after me, so I'm like, all right, let's get cracking.
It's like if you're cool, you welcome to pop in. It's
man, come on, pop in because. Are you talking about Rex?
No, I'm talking. Vince asked if the stream.
Oh yeah, Vince, you can definitely pop in, man. Well, cool people like you could pop in. Not that old fuck. What's his name? Rex, because he's a dick.
Okay, Rich. Okay.
You know what I mean. He's pretty. I think he's gorgeous. I love him. He's so yummy. He's a yummy boy. Oh shit! Which way is this supposed to go? Oh yeah. Okay, sorry.
I set up.
I made a mistake.
Most of the week scheduling. I'm not sure who Paul has for a guest on Wednesday, but we got. I think what's his name? Phil Knox is going to have Glenn on Wednesday, 2:00. He wants to do a one-on-one with Glenn because every time he gets in a conversation with Glenn, it's like everybody else is talking, and he never gets to ask him any questions. He's like, "I want Glenn one-on-one." Okay, dude, you got it. So if you want an in-depth interview with Glenn, watch on Wednesday afternoon. And following that, of course, will be Christie Shinn with the lunch hour.
The lunch hour.
Know. And
does she even do anything? What does she do in the lunch hour, man?
She draws, bro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. If you want to call it drawing, but that's okay.
Hey,
that's mean.
You'd be nice, Christie.
Whoa.
She will immortalize you, Rich.
Good, let her immortalize me. I'd make her famous. She can't walk after me.
Oh, dude, do not challenge Christie. Jeez.
I'm not challenging anybody. I just don't. I'm like, now she's gonna call me a hairy F, and then that's it. So it's okay. No, I get it. What's going on? Good, Rich. I love. What was that last one? Good, Rich. I love seeing the traditional stuff. Yep.
Mostly what he does. Jeez, I don't know if you guys saw the draw stream yesterday, but he did that whole layout for Chris's Slaughterville cover while we were doing.
Yeah, I finished the pencils, man. I drew all the pencils in 2 hours?
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, and it's badass, dude. It's.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, come on, you guys. If you don't know Rich's level of talent, it is, pretty solid up there on the list.
It's pretty fucking considerable, if I do say so myself.
And consistent, and he can do it fast.
Yeah, man.
That's the cool part. See, when Rich gets toward the end of a campaign and he goes, "Man, I still got 6 pages to do," that's like 6
pages. And then I do 6 pages. I do fucking 6 pages. Because I'm out of my goddamn mind. That's why.
I mean, and he does it well.
I know.
But, I mean, Rich is abrasive as hell. Some people don't like him.
I love him. People don't like me. I don't care if y'all don't. I don't care if some of y'all don't like me.
But his talent level, dude, it's top notch. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I want talent on my draws.
Talking all this shit about me. That's something I'd like to know.
Well, I'm just saying anybody, dude. I'm saying anybody.
Oh, I don't care about anybody. I want to know who the hell's talking smack about me now, because it's like, man, I will just humiliate you until you cry. And it's like, don't bother, my friend. Do not.
We'll let them speak for themselves, Rich. We'll let them.
Oh, really? Who's that? I'm telling you, man. Let them speak for them. Go ahead, speak for yourself. I want to hear some shit. Go ahead, bro. Let's see what you got to say.
I got nothing but respect for you. You know that.
Well, we have each other's back.
I watched you go from a cancer patient.
Yeah, that was fun.
To a professor.
That's right. Cancer patient to professor in less than 3 years.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
I've watched you fight. I've watched you persevere against odds that were, where people were stacking the deck against you, and you powered through it. You're my kind of dude, Rich. That's why I fucking connect with you, because you don't quit. You don't lay down and lick your nuts. You roll through it. You see what I'm saying?
I do. And, if, it's like this, man. It's like you can't.
Look, Hojo said you're the fastest inker he's ever seen. That's probably why Marvel kept you around through the purges.
Well, they didn't keep me around for too much, because regardless of whatever the hell I did over at Marvel, because I was fast was most likely the reason why I was why I did not get a gig for a long time, because no one ever really saw me as anything that would be on a permanent basis. They had their own little the little boys club or something like that, and I was never part of that. And and I'm glad I wasn't, because I would rather be my own person than follow along those useless troglodytes all over the damn place, because they're a bunch of idiots, a lot of them, and they should be happy that the nerd card got them the job that they got. So it's like, yeah, keep going there, pal. You know,
So does anybody watching have any news on the shadow ban thing, or do we still hate Indiegogo? I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, I don't like Indiegogo I don't like anybody. So
I'm just saying they shadow banned Mike's book. They shadow banned Bob's book.
See.
I want to know if anything's changed. Let's see. Is there a frog book? Oh, I see a whole bunch of different frog books, but not the one I'm looking for. How come? Whole bunch of different frog stuff. The Last Frog Hunter, Poison Frog Husbandry, horn frog literature or miniatures. What else do we got? Frog, a short film by Jesmyn Tan. Can we see Frog G's book on Indiegogo, please? Somewhere? Anywhere? No. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Even come on. Save the fucking frogs, man. You got that there, but you won't save Frog G? What the fuck? Indiegogo, you're killing me right now. You are really killing me right now. I'm looking at this and I'm having a hard time believing my eyes. So this is what we're gonna do, yo. We're gonna usurp this page. Save the Frog G. What do you think, Rich?
Definitely.
Help raise $10,000 for Save the Frog G. Let's take this one over since, Indiegogo, right? Oh no, The Witcher's over.
Christ.
Wow. Cavill just quit The Witcher, dude.
Yeah, he did. And Liam Hemsworth is replacing him, which means it's going to suck.
They already replaced him, which means the next video game was already in development.
Yep. That means the next game is in development. So,
We can't quit. We already got the game coded.
No, why? We want to get the game coded. But why can't we have Henry on there again? What the hell, man?
Look, I really want to know what's up with Indiegogo, man. You guys are killing people's campaigns, but yet you want to charge them a percentage of the money they make to put their book on your platform. You guys got this shit seriously fucked up. I'm just saying, Indiegogo, you need to correct your shit. There's nothing wrong with Frog's campaign at all. Nothing wrong with Frog's campaign at all. No nudity, no overt gore, none of the shit that you flag campaigns for. Nothing. Quit messing with Frog. I don't care if you don't like the subject matter of Mike's campaign. I don't care. You approved it. Now leave him alone. You approved Frog's campaign. Now leave them alone.
They're not going to leave them alone if they can help it.
Well, then you should be able to sue them if they are taking your money but hiding your product.
Yeah, you should be able to, and it's a shame that they're not, because it is some form of robbery.
It is.
Something like that does happen. It's I think what it is, man, is I think there are times when, I can't say a company becomes woke or agenda based. I think it's the people who run it become agenda based. Because Indiegogo was probably not like this in any way before.
Yeah, they were. Indiegogo was always owned by a lefty. They were never our friend.
Really?
Yeah. It's always been owned by a guy that's leans to the left. I don't mean he's like an extremist.
It's okay. I mean, I'm a lefty, and I don't like crazy fucking lefties. I don't like them at all. They turn my ass off.
That's a lot of people don't realize that my friend Rich here is a liberal. He leans much farther to the left than I do. I don't lean to the left, obviously, but I mean between us is a pretty even center. Neither one of us leans way out here and fucking freaks out, right? You know, our way a little bit.
The other truth is that Pops is like, we're men, and men don't fucking argue about trivial dog shit like that. I mean, we can leave that to the women and to the soy boys and to the little, like, the beta males who think that men are fucking useless and shit, because they're really truly like all about their women, and it's like, oh, I don't think men have any purpose here except to serve women. You can eat a dick on that one, my friend. Go eat a dick.
Rich, this is the funny part. Sometimes you'll post something that I don't agree with, and I'll post my response, and that's
what
it.
What do I post that I don't agree? What do I post that
you've posted stuff in the past where I've posted? I'm not going to go fucking try to find every goddamn thing you said I didn't agree with.
You know what? I'm not even going to honor that with a response.
I'm going to tell you, you have posted stuff before where I've posted a response that was the opposite side of the fence.
God. All right, fine.
You've never seen me post something that disagrees with what you said.
No, I would never think.
Well, then you're not paying attention to your own post.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying.
You're not listening to me either.
I'm sorry. What was that? Oh, I got you.
This is something you've posted, and then I went out and posted my opinion of it, which didn't agree with yours. We didn't argue about it afterwards. You said your thing, I said my thing, and that's all there was to it. We were still friends.
Well, we just said it before a minute ago. It's like we're men. We don't
that's
argue.
And I was trying to explain actual examples, and you like,
we don't.
I mean,
man,
we actually, we don't agree about everything. That's what I'm trying to get across to everybody.
Well, who does?
I don't
my friend, I never think about that. I don't care about what anybody thinks about. You treat me like a human being, I'm good. Give me a slice of pizza, I'm your best friend. That's it. That's all I care about.
Be loyal, reliable, and it's always there.
Pizza. That's all I care about. Get me pizza.
Yeah, I heard that he. I heard that he did. I heard that he had a, read the code, pulled up the HTML and read the code of the page, and you could see that there was something funky going on in there. Welcome, Vincent. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, guys. How are you doing?
Hello, Vincent. How are you?
How are things? I wanted to chime in on some of the stuff you guys were talking about, but then you guys completely switched subjects, so we have to go back
to what?
This happens. We don't have like scheduled guests or anything today. It's just kind of like a chill stream, so it's gonna be all over the place. I guarantee.
If you guys don't mind, I would like to have a shameless plug at some point.
Go for it, dude.
No, not yet, but at some point I want to promote obviously my channel and everything. But thank you so much for having me on, Pops. I really do appreciate it. Professor Richards, I don't think I've met you yet.
I haven't had the honor of meeting you, sir. Not as of yet. How are you?
Good. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm doing very well. How's yourself?
Pleasure is mine, and I'm doing well.
Good,
I'm just I'm throwing up a 3-point perspective grid in blue lines. So then afterwards, I'm gonna figure some magic. I'm gonna do some crazy stuff with it. I'm just gonna have a lot of fun, and that's pretty much it, because I have nothing else to do today. I already did my lesson plans. I already did all my teaching shit. So
you're a
I'm
teacher?
tired. Yeah, I am. I teach games.
The professor is real.
Yep, the professor's real.
Like at college, or
I'm sorry? In college.
At college?
Yeah, man.
Shit. All right. So you're not one of the beatnik hippie teachers from the 70s.
God, fuck no. No, don't.
And are brainwashing our students into believing that America is bad and that we should hate our
never. God, barf. No. And I'm as lefty as you can.
But he did.
Vincent, listen to me. I'm as lefty as you can get. Trust me when I tell you. I believe in, I trust in all those liberal policies and all that shit. But I do not, under any circumstances, like any of that wokeism, leftivism shit, because it makes me sick. Because it's like what it's done. They're soy boys. What it's done is it's given men who obviously need a little bit of a kick in the pants, a little bit of give a little bit of silent permission to not be men, to not act like men, to not be the men that they really effing should be, and it's depressing.
It's
depressing. It is.
Funny you guys
depressing.
were talking about Witcher. It's beyond depressing, man. You were talking about Witcher, and you were talking about soy boys. I call them baby boy men. Okay,
they are. I am dead serious. I look at some of these guys, and I'm just like, dudes, you really need to stop. It's like some of the guys who claim that who are the same thing as like those super feminists who say men are useless, men are pieces of shit, and they're like, women are right, men are pieces of shit, and it's like these guys are saying they're calling themselves pieces of shit.
Hi, Christie.
So let me do my rant, and I will tell you exactly how I feel about that. Hello, Christie Shinn, Academia bitch. How you doing?
Oh yeah, they know all about me and what I fucking say and do, and you'd be surprised. I say all sorts of fucking shit. It's funny.
Oh, good.
By the way, hi guys.
Your name told me everything I needed to know about you.
It's funny because the cartoon, and I don't want to interrupt the rant, but the cartoon is very different from me, which I'll explain the weird dichotomy of that in a minute. But
you're fucking loving snowflakes.
And guys, I'm a longtime gamer, longtime comic reader, writer, but I've never drawn, so I'm not an artist. So I'm just getting into this whole world that you guys are a part of. So certain terms I don't understand. So please just think of me as the FNG, both to YouTube and to this. Okay.
But it's okay. We'll do responsible things like on the internet call you a dumbass because that's
there you go, dude. That's true. You know what?
We'll corrupt you and tell you all the wrong shit you need to know and say the opposite thing you need to know and stuff. And
basically, Vincent, Christie is my spirit guide. She comes in my inbox every now and then. Pop, shut the fuck up.
Yep. And I'm Pop's fucking sword of death. That's what the fuck I am.
Kotex. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kotex. Yeah, you can eat this.
Kotex.
You can eat this, baby doll. This big fucking Italian schlong.
So,
Italian schlong.
On to Mr. Professor Rich's rant, which by the way was awesome. I loved it.
Thanks.
Let me do mine. I started my YouTube channel for the exact reason that you were just talking. I'm a United States Marine. You guys don't know anything about me. I'm a United States Marine infantryman.
God bless. Thank you for serving.
I served from 1999 to 2004. Okay?
Thank you for serving. Thank you for serving.
Of course. And unfortunately for me, I was basically in a coma until about 2016. I didn't know anything about politics or anything like that. I literally just lived my life, didn't hurt anyone, didn't bother with anything, that stuff. Then Donald Trump runs for president, and I think all of us were basically christened into the world of politics. So I started noticing things that really disturbed me as a man who has trained men and women to do specific things, to have specific roles. I was very disturbed in what I was seeing in the men and women of today. And I've talked about this on my channel. By the way, if you guys haven't gone on my channel, Pops, I don't know if you've subscribed or not. Please subscribe. Go check it out. Go watch. There's something big on the screen. What's this?
Oh, you didn't see that? Let me put that back up there again.
Yeah, put that up there. What is it?
I don't know.
So it's about election exposed, free speech exposed, free trade, medical. Yep. All right. So That's fucking great, dude. So, anyways, so I've had lots of these talks in public. I've been banned from stores. I've been kicked out of stores for my mouth. I've been told that I'm a cis white male, and because I have a penis, that means that I'm wrong. All this stuff.
You are wrong. You have a penis, man.
Yeah. So like, you know, and it's funny because they have a saying: feminism only exists in countries that can afford to. There's no feminism in Nigeria. There's no feminism in China. China actually bans feminism. Okay, you can't even have it. It's crazy that these kids, the same students that are in your college, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, Rich.
No, he's over in the UK, bro.
Well, I'm in the United Kingdom, and I'll tell you something about the kids over here. It's not so much like a woke-tivism type thing. Over here, it's personal physical appearance expression is far more welcomed than it's a lot more open, which is fine. Because it's like, for me, I'm like, all right, whatever. Just like in the United States, it's like, okay, if you want to change your name to Popcorn Machine Gun, okay, cool. I don't care. It sounds silly. I'm not going to call you Mr. Machine Gun, but
What's the blonde's name? Whenever she went to the women's marches like 8 years ago, they were like, she's like, why are you identifying me as a woman? I identify as attack helicopter. And they were like,
who are we talking about? What blonde are you talking about? I've been out of the States for about 3 years, man. I haven't really kept up in a lot.
This is from like 6-7 years ago. I forget her name, but it's like.
Oh, forgive me, man. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's no, dude. I can't even remember her name, but she's awesome. She's like this 5'10", like a 7 out of 10. She's a really pretty woman, blonde hair, super feminine chick. She walks around the women's marches and calls them out for their bullshit. And she's like, and she went to a doctor on live camera, on a hidden camera, and within 3 questions, the doctor gave her a piece of paper that said, "You're a man." Like,
why would he do something like that? That makes no sense.
Because because she was trying to prove a point that anyone can go and do the whole transitioning thing. That was her thing. And she's one of those people out there trying to expose this hypocrisy. And I'm trying to become that exact same type of person. I want to expose these people for who they are. I want to expose this lie that's being told to our men, this lie that's being told to our women. I mean, this whole empowerment movement has gotten ridiculous. You don't need no man. You don't have to have a man to be happy. Okay, granted, I guess we can have an argument or a discussion about that. But last time I checked, the human species needs each other to procreate. Last time I checked, I could be wrong. Okay.
No, you're right. I think what it is also is how like you see in the 60s. You see something that I've noticed in the 60s. All right. When they started a lot of that free love, free movement crap and all that stuff, all the hippie shit, blah, blah, blah. There were some people who were actually into it, that they really truly believed.
Well, yeah, the beatniks and the hippie groups, right? Like
what happened was that a lot of these idiots, the overwhelming majority of them, like 3 out of 4 of these fools, were only there because they wanted to get stoned, they wanted to party, and they wanted to fuck the hippie chicks. That's really it.
They wanted to get laid. You just said it.
Exactly, to get laid. And it's just like, and it's also, but the main part about it is to be accepted to some way. If you see any type of movement, you'll have, it's like the 80-20 rule. You'll have the 20 hardcore and then the other 80 who are just the followers who want to be part of something because they have nothing else going on. That's a shame because it's like, I'm sorry?
Well, here we go. I got to say this. And I got to interrupt with this because it is Halloween.
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
I want to show a work off from a cisgendered white male that I seem to admire very much.
Okay.
There we go.
What the fuck is that?
It's Johnny Ryan, dude.
Yay. Oh my God. I can't believe it's Johnny Ryan.
Yeah, Johnny Ryan. He's fucking awesome, dude. So I got this book.
He's jerking off a rainbow. That's great.
Well, and not only that, but let's see. This is one of my favorite pictures, the alien and the pigs. I always have to show this off.
Okay. He looks fantastic. Yay.
I know I've shown it a million times, Rich, but I have to show the beauty of Demon Bitch. Speaking of a Demon Bitch.
I love Demon Bitch. Demon Bitch is actually funny.
Yeah, that's true. Because like I draw out of anger, but I don't draw out of like utter like the thing is what I find kind of annoying is when people do comics, they do rage comics, which is fine, that's okay. But they'll do it in a way where they're preaching to everybody, and it gets fucking annoying.
I hate
Because I
preaching.
find preaching very annoying. So what I
Fucking
do
hate
is
that.
that, which is funny because my friend Lawrence, who does Real Deal Comics, so I have a character named Demon Bitch. So she's a low-level demon from the 13th pit of hell, where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. And she wants to bring the second coming of Armageddon, but the first one never happened because she's fucking stupid. So I make fun of internet whores, namely the ones that go and pretend that they have cancer. Anyway, so I've had people approach me. They say they get really fucking angry at me, and they go like, "You fucking drew me or my ex-girlfriend or some shit." And I go like, "Really? That's kind of funny. I met 4 or 5 of them already like years ago. So I guess they own all that. You're not special." So.
Hi, TJ. Hedonism is the goal. No personal responsibility. That is what they're after. That's what they're trying to push. It's a nihilistic viewpoint. Yes.
So
everything
it's
boils down
nihilistic and
to
narcissistic. It's both.
Yes,
it's crazy
exactly.
what they've done. It's like they've created my last video that I made. I said this and I got some flack for it, but it's a brilliant battle strategy, guys. They've taken third, fourth wave feminism. They've combined Black Lives Matter. They've combined Antifa, and they've combined the alphabet soup people. So like, if you attack one group, you attack them all. Like if I go after Black Lives Matter, right? I'm gonna have LGBTQ plus there. I'm gonna have the feminists there, and I'm gonna have Antifa there. They're all gonna be there because they're all basically one organization. Now I don't know if that was their intention when they started out, but that's exactly what's happening right now. And you just described a second ago the hippies and the beatniks trying to get laid, trying to sound all smart and everything while they're smoking their reefer back in the 60s and 70s. That's literally exactly what Antifa is doing. Antifa are just young men between the ages of 16 and 24 that are basically just trying to look cool in front of chicks. That's really what they are. That's the majority of everybody in every single movement there, Vincent. It's the truth.
Yes.
It's the God's honest truth. They want to get laid, and that. What does Soldier say? Yeah,
Rich, I just got to say this. One thing I highly disagree on is that I think they all need to be hugged and given love and animal crackers. That's why they're so upset.
I replace that with a slice of pizza, and I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Pops, can you go back to the one that Hojo had before? I wanted to read that. I used to be in the military intelligence, and if we're all being honest, I also have a ranger tab. God bless. The media is more important and powerful than you think. Now their masks are up, but you can't unring a bell. That's right. You can't.
Well, apparently I heard this very interesting thing in media. So where I live, the fucking there was one anchor. Apparently he was closeted gay. He was married to a woman. He had a baby, right? He actually died in a hotel with meth rocks literally shoved up his ass with a male escort. And I'm like,
ooh, yummy.
And then apparently I have heard, and this is not an isolated incident. I have heard like they all fuck each other. They all do coke and shit. I said, no wonder why the news is garbage.
Oh my God. It's eyes wide shut all day long. Jesus Christ, man.
I don't know why anybody would do meth in the first place. It smells nasty. Like I haven't done it at all. Like I have not done hard drugs, but I've known people who have done them.
Yeah,
I have friends that are ex-addicts. It's just like it turns you into something that's really fucked up. So it's like
it does.
I don't know. It's just like to the lengths it does. I understand chemical dependency to a point because that also can come from physical addiction to horrible self-concept, depending on the whole range of it. But and trauma, there's that too, dealing with trauma. But personally, for me, it's just like I could never do it, no matter how bad my life got. It was just weird because it's like, man, I know my life is shit right now, but like drinking and whoring myself out or whatever just doesn't seem like a step in the right direction.
Well, I don't know. It worked out pretty well for me. I whored myself out quite a bit, and I came out all right.
Being a gigolo isn't the same.
Hey, she's got a good point though. I mean, she touches on an issue that people do not want to talk about. It's like, and that's another thing that's going on is now we're so afraid just to have a conversation about something because we're going to offend someone. And one of the biggest issues we have right now is we're telling our young women, hey, get ran through until you're like, 25, 28 by as many men as you possibly can. That empowers you. Then you meet the 30-year-old dude, the 35-year-old guy who's got his shit together. And he's like, hey, what's your body count? And then, oh, well, hey, I stopped counting after like 50. And it's like,
what?
It's like what?
Yeah.
No, here's a stat, and this is what I didn't believe this. I didn't do my own research on this, but this is true. The average man between the ages of 18 and 30 right now, this second, has either not had sex in a year or is a virgin. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I haven't
Between
had
the
sex
ages
in a
of
year.
18 and 30.
That's not true.
Okay, like that's an actual stat. Right? Okay, it's
because you're sticking mess up to
one out of 3 men. 1 out of 3 men between the ages of 18 and 30 either haven't had sex in a year or are a virgin. Okay,
That's a shame. That's on them. Oh my God.
Well, but it's not just on them though. It's a part of them, but it's also the women too. The women are being incredibly highly selective. They're only going after the Chads and Tyrones on purpose. So when you have 80% of women going after 5% of men, you're going to have this thing happen. That's the way it works.
Well, personally for me, it's like I always thought, because like when I was friends with girls and guys, but I heard it more from girls. But then again, you know, I hung out with girls because I'm a girl or whatever the fuck how that works out.
Nice.
It's kind of funny because like for me, I never understood that whole like game playing and shit between the two sexes. I mean, I get to a point of courtship to a point.
Yeah.
But what I think is kind of funny is that how many people on both sides have pissy ass friends that dismiss things. And it's like, well, wait, the pissy ass friend is going like, oh, wait, you're not in a relationship. You nuke every goddamn relationship you fucking have. And I've been shat on for being like, well, I just take my time with people. Like, I actually do want to be with people I actually like. And it's kind of funny because like I ran into girls. I had been friends with girls. I was like, dude, I went out with this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. But it's like if I broke up with a dude or something and I was justifiably sad, they'd be like, oh, why do you go and care about a dude so much? I said, I don't know. It's sort of like at the time when I was younger, they had that fake shit going on and they were going like, well, you know, if you just go out with all of these guys because they're just a guy. And I'm like going, okay, so who's the one that needs validation by men? Apparently not me. Like so I just thought it was kind of funny, that type of shit. Like, I mean, I see it in guys too, kind of like sometimes the same bitchy behavior, which I don't understand.
Guys have gotten a lot bitchier these days. They really have. It's like that whole not gonna cry shit. And I'm just like, my friend, you got to stop. You know, it's like, I have a friend of mine who, now before I moved to the UK, I had numerous girls, you know, one out of like in 3 states, shit you not. And it's just like, my friend goes to me and he goes, he's like, how is it you get all these women? You treat them like shit. And I go, what do you mean by that? And he goes, well, you don't really pay attention to them. You know, I mean, you don't do nice things for them. And well, I told him, you want to know why I have some sort of like level of popularity with some women? I'll tell you why. Because I don't need a person to validate my existence. You see, if I want to be with somebody, I'll court them, and if we wind up getting together, okay, that's great. If not, oh well, I made a new friend or I made a new stranger. It doesn't matter to me. You see, I want to be with someone rather than go chasing someone that I think that I need. And the whole nice guy thing, which I've seen way too often, the majority of those quote unquote nice guys, they're only doing it so they can hook up.
Yeah,
and that's the truth. And that is the absolute.
You're absolutely correct. You're 100% correct. I agree with
they
you.
are, and it's a shame because it's like the people that, especially my friend, he's actually a really brilliant human being. He's a really insightful human being, an insightful dude. And if he decided to just be himself and not do something for the sake of reward, you know, I mean, when guys and girls, the way that everybody courts these days, it's on a transactional basis.
Well, here's the thing.
You do for me and I'll do for you. I'll expect something back.
Here's the thing is that the whole concept of reciprocity is very fucking twisted lately.
It is.
The whole
twisted.
concept of
that is a good point, Chris. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And not only that, what I find very fucking stupid is that like people don't learn to trust themselves. That's the thing. Right. And that's the thing what kind of annoys me. That's why I was getting into talk with a friend of mine.
Also, I guess, right? I mean, like they just don't have the confidence in themselves. That's
no,
what I
it's like this. Like if you're with somebody, right? You're going through a fight, right? And then like let's say you have the pissy ass friends again. Like, because unfortunately, this has been taught in our society. Like, that's why you have to be very careful.
Specifically to men of a certain age and down.
Well, no, I mean, in general, like, okay, it's like
In
guys
general.
or girls. This is what I found in both my experience, right? But mostly girls or something. You kind of have to see where their background is coming from. And it's not on a superficial level. But you kind of have to, like, sit there and go, like when you say, you know, I'm having a fight with so-and-so, blah, 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 whatever. You know, if you have friends that immediately say, oh, go dump him, go and fucking walk away. Because it's like, unless if the person is abusing you either verbally or physically, there is no reason you need to work it out, you know, however it is. And it takes its time. It's not perfect.
Yep.
But the problem is that we have raised a lot of people that are generally pissy ass. And when you really look at how those people are, it's like majority of them don't have happy relationships that give advice like that.
No, they don't. And what they do, another thing that they do is they hang on to that martyrdom. And they think of themselves as some soothsayers that they think that because they've had such
or they think they're
experience
empowered.
in loving.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is it again?
Thing,
What'd you say?
Empowered.
Oh yeah, exactly. When they feel empowered,
Victimhood
I've had
empowers.
these experience. I know what I'm talking about. And that's like,
No,
no.
If you weaponize victimhood, you empower yourself.
Just about to say that, Pops. Like literally.
Thank you.
I mean, as I said, it's just like you kind of have to understand, like, just take a more balanced approach and just trust yourself. If you feel, okay, somehow this is going to work out, then trust that. Like, I've been in a couple of situations where fucking it didn't look like that way. Absolutely. Like, I had a pancreatic tumor a few years ago. Rich knows about it, Pops.
Yeah.
But I had a 6-inch fucking pancreatic tumor.
That's yummy.
And when they found it, they initially thought, oh, you have a high chance of malignancy. You have a malignancy. That was their nice way of saying I had an advanced stage of cancer. So when they ran more tests, and that would be an educated guess. It was 90-something%.
Yeah, that's
so
that's
as I said,
horrifying.
but it turned out to be the 3 to 5% where it was precancerous. So I got it taken out. I'm fine.
Good.
But I also was being told I had diabetes and all that. I would have diabetes. I didn't. So what I'm saying is that I trusted myself that I was going to pull through good. I didn't know why, because I had very clever people and very logical and very scientific people telling me otherwise, but somehow that works out through. But I'm not trying to be like, just tell the doctor go fuck himself and go home. I couldn't leave the hospital. You know, it had to be taken care of, but that's all I'm saying is that people don't trust themselves nowadays. They're taught, if you listen to fucking everybody else, and like, that's nice.
Yeah. We're actually talking about that tonight on my live stream. We're going to talk about NPCs, but like I think that's people you're really referring to. That's at least that's what they're being called now. But I do training classes. I train men and women, okay, and I teach them survival. I teach them martial arts. I teach them weapons training. Sometimes I just meet someone. All they want to know is how to pick up a woman, how to pick up a man, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not how you got to do it. That's the thing.
No, the biggest issue that I find in them, though, like seriously, is you're not incorrect. It's they don't have confidence in themselves, or they don't have confidence in their ability to do something. Like especially in men, okay, I find that they don't even want to go up to a female and talk to them. And then when I ask them, because it all starts with the roots. It all starts with your foundation. And I ask them a lot of times, I'm like, okay, well, tell me about yourself. Like, what's your daily routine? What do you do when you get up in the morning? Like what's the first thing you do when you wake up? And it's crazy how many of these men don't bathe. They don't have proper hygiene. They don't have a workout routine. They don't read. They don't educate themselves. They'll get up. They'll go to work in the clothes they slept in, minus like a work shirt. They'll work all day long, come home, not shower, play video games. Unfortunately, they look at porn on the internet, and then they go to sleep at night, and they do it all over again. Okay, so yeah, it's a horrible cycle. I run into a lot of young men that do that. And
it is a horrible cycle. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I want to give you a statistic, but please go ahead.
Yeah, there's 70% of certain cultures that don't have men in the home. There's 43% of other cultures that don't have men in the home. We have a 70% of men in prisons that come from a single mother household. We have a bunch of these stats out there that no one wants to talk about and no one wants to deal with. And I'm beyond frustrated. Like you can't look at a young person and tell them, like Jordan Peterson even said this. You can't tell someone they're perfect. You can't say there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Go have a good life. If you tell someone that they're a 10, there's no room for improvement. It's impossible. Like you can't be better than a 10. That's the cap. That's the top. So if you're constantly telling your children, one, the victimhood mentality, you know, oh my God, you have to understand that you're a victim in this category, and being a victim is so virtuous, and oh my God, people will feel sorry for you. You do not want people to feel sorry for you.
No,
you
never.
do not want to be a victim. It is not virtuous. Okay. You need to be as strong and as mentally tough as you possibly can and better yourself as much as you can until the day you die. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like there is no exception to the rule. And you made a very valid point, Rich, earlier. It doesn't matter whether you're on the right or you're on the left. And it doesn't matter whether you agree with someone or disagree with someone. You should be able to be man or woman enough to have any conversation without raising your voice, getting angry, throwing out insults because you've been proven wrong. And you also need to be able to prove yourself that you can be wrong and admit to your failure.
I've done that. Pops has seen me done that live on shows. Pops has seen me done that live on shows. It's like, I have no issue with being wrong, because if I'm wrong, that means I'm learning. You know, and life is a journey of knowledge and also growth on a personal and mental level. If you can't accept that you're wrong in any type of way whatsoever, you don't grow, you stagnate, and you just become the thing that you hate yourself, that you've always hated the most, without realizing that you become it. It's sad, but it's true.
Let me ask you this, Rich.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a conversation with someone, guys, listen up. This is important.
Okay.
If you're in a conversation, this is like psychology 101, and he's going to know this because he's a professor.
Let's hope so. Let's see what happens.
Okay. All right. So if you're in a conversation with someone, Rich, and that person says to you, "Oh, I'm never wrong. I'm always right." What does that mean?
That they're always wrong, and they need some sort of validation that they've been told that they've always been right. And it's like, no, you have not. So, I mean, I don't really respond. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, that's it. I mean, if I say, okay, cool to anybody, that means you're a dick. You know, I mean, it's just, I don't acknowledge anybody. I don't acknowledge people like that. I never have. I never have. Because it's like, come on, man, enough.
I hate the term narcissistic because it's, and literally because they're used so much right now, but it does have a narcissistic tendency. Yeah. All right. Whenever you say something like that, like I've known people that have king babies and have the issues with that problem. You know, I'm always right. I'm never wrong. Another big one that you probably run into a lot is, well, I don't have a dark side. There's only one side of me, and it's good. You know,
everyone has a dark side.
Yeah.
They're so full of shit. That's too funny. That's too funny.
I mean, I've literally, I just said the word. I've had people tell me that, and then when I explain to them the basic psychology of having a good and bad side to your personality is just normal. Oh my God, they blow up. They get so mad, so angry. How could you dare call me a bad person? It's like, are you really not?
Well, they're showing it right there. They're showing it right there. Once you say something like that and they object to it with such veracity, it's like, yeah, you're just proving me right. So keep yelling. I'm good. You know,
exactly. But it's an educational tactic, though. Like
it really is. It's educational for me a lot of times too, because I'm like, wow, if it was a certain person, I'm like, wow, I had no idea you were such a schmuck. Yeah, thank you for letting me know.
I'm not saying that you won't run into a savant or you won't run into someone that's just a genius or whatever, but if you're a teacher in a classroom, your purpose is to teach the students, not to teach them your ideology. Like, they don't need to know your sexual preferences. They don't need to know the type of women you like or the type of men you like. You're there to teach a specific thing. If it's psychology, if it's math, if it's English, history, whatever, that's what you're there to teach. So I
will tell you, I had the most fortunate thing happen to me about 2.5 weeks ago, and I'm so glad that this happened. I'm a new teacher. You know, I have very little experience in it, but I'm gaining it quickly. I'm learning really fast. But the first couple of classes I did kind of shitty. I was bad, and I knew it. This kid, all of 21 years old, he was scared out of his mind. His hands were literally shaking. He got up and in front of a whole bunch of the kids in the class. He told me I was a shit teacher. So, no, listen. Here's what I did.
I had him after class. I talked to him. I said, I'd like to see you after class. So we sat down, and to his credit, he apologized. He's like, I might have been a little bit too harsh. You know what I did with this kid? I told him, you know what? I think you're correct. I think I am a shit teacher. I want to do everything I can to make sure that you're learning everything that I know. So if you want me to show you in a certain way how I do things and how you should do them, tell me.
Right.
I'm not afraid of, and that's like I said, I'm not afraid of any of that criticism, because all it's going to do is make me better, because I have the ability, for the most part, to look at myself objectively. Like, I mean, and also the other thing that shows humanity between all of us is, what if I was in that other person's shoes? How would that person feel? You know, and that goes along the lines of political differences as well. There are things that Pops or anybody else who might be conservative have ingrained in them, in the values that are conservative values that have served them well throughout life. It is far be it from me to say that because someone has conservative values that they're incorrect about how to live life. No, there's no correct way to live life. That's one thing. The second thing is that everyone has their thing, and if it works for them, it works for them. And I embrace that, because all the good things that Pops is, all the good things that you are, Vincent, all the good things that Christie is the reason why I can speak with you on an intellectual, mature, not even an intellectual level, a mature level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be
on a moral, logical, mature level. Everyone should be able to have a conversation. I mean, the whole
people aren't, and we're made to believe that. That's the worst. We're made to believe that we're not meant to have that. We should be.
But that's new though. That's very. Oh, sorry, Christy. Please continue.
No, I was just thinking also, I was just kind of laughing to myself, because it's like another thing that a lot of people like to fucking do about themselves is lie to themselves about what they really want. They're like, hey, I'm going to try to sell you a bill of goods here. And it's like, I'm going to sell you a bill of goods. Are you happy doing this? Well, you know, there's a lot of fucked up things that happen and a lot of things that aren't very nice, but you know what? I still do it. I'm like, okay, so you lie to yourself about how great this is. Okay, sure.
I love people like that.
Okay,
I don't care like who you are.
She makes
where
a great point though. She makes an amazing point, because I mean, think about it. We could talk about that literally leads us into what's going on into a part of today's society, right? We have all these people who go online, watch a YouTube video or see some video on Twitter or Instagram, and automatically they're an expert in whatever field that is because they watch the video.
No, they're not.
Okay. and it's like, are you joking? I had a guy the other day in my industry tell me that because he saw a video on you, these were his words. Oh yeah, well, I watched a 30-minute video on that on YouTube, man. It does not look hard. I could do it in like a day. It's like
persistent. You have to be persistent with a lot of.
Oh my God!
But he and I felt sorry for him. And
I would too.
It drove the nail home. I mean, I've in the Marine Corps they teach us survival in the Marine Corps, a lot of it, right, with insects, animals, and shit, right. So, one of the main things we learn is about venomous insects and snakes. Okay, and we had a really bad snake infestation a couple years ago over here before COVID in my neighborhood.
Oh,
and
Jesus, really?
I was on next door, and I was trying to explain to these civilians, no offense, okay?
You're not offending me if you're calling me a civilian, my friend. Go ahead.
So I was trying to explain to these civvies the difference between poisonous and non-poisonous. I was trying to tell them what to do if you're bitten. Oh my God. Like, I did not expect such a backlash. I was getting cussed at. I was getting called all these different names. I'm like, where's all this anger coming from? And they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Your experience is anecdotal. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've literally taught survival classes on how to do this from an institution of teaching over 200 years old.
May I jump in real quick on that one?
Of course.
I'm gonna jam my thumb in its butthole, man. This should really piss it off. Oh yeah, that pissed it off. Oh, I gotta be careful. This guy rules.
He died as he lived. Well, it's kind of funny, Vincent, when you're talking about that. I was kind of laughing to myself because nobody knows how to fucking camp anymore, which is hilarious. Because like,
oh, you are so true. The whole framping thing. Oh my God.
Well, see, the thing is, like, I grew up and I did brownies, like, back in the day. I was never a Girl Scout, but we were given the handbook, right?
What's
So how to
cramping?
set
What is that?
wounds, how to, like, deal with cuts and bruises and things like that. And nowadays, it's like you get people and they're like, we don't know what the fuck to do with him. Like, are you serious? Like, this is why, like, I'm like, hey, have the Boy Scouts, have the fucking Girl Scouts and shit, because it's like they'll at least teach you that shit in an emergency situation. So I just thought it was funny because I was like going, and this is like, I'm not a survivalist, but like when my friends and I went camping, I was out of practice because I'd not been camping for years. And the last time I was a kid, but like, they did little things, but it's like, oh, cool, we're doing camping. I kind of know what to pack and shit. So it's just funny as hell. But I was just laughing because it's like nowadays everybody's like, oh, fucking this, and this, and this. I'm like, okay, whatever, dumbass. Like my family's up in Northern California where there's mountain lions. And it's like, just don't go up there alone in the hills. That's where they fuck around. So like, don't go up there. Also, we also have rattlesnakes. Don't fuck with them either. So I'm just kind of laughing at it.
Well, no, you're not wrong. And I was very gentle with them, and it was a rat snake, also called a bull snake. Okay, if you guys know anything about snakes, and
I don't actually. What is a bull? What is a rat? What kind of snake was that again?
Bull snakes are like a huge snake. They eat other snakes, right?
Yeah, they eat mostly vermin, but they can eat other snakes. But
yeah,
they're non-venomous. They're non-venomous. They're basically the dirt dauber of snakes. Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
They go out and they kill their own and they kill other insects and other pests. That's their whole purpose. And I was trying to explain to these, let's call them Karens. I was trying to explain to these Karens, which were the ones that were doing this. Okay, they were the ones that were doing the yelling and the screaming and one woman took a picture of her flipping me off and then posted it. Okay, I was trying to explain that if you kill all of the bull snakes / rat snakes, our vermin infestation or our vermin population is going to grow badly.
Oh, that happened to a family of mine. Yeah.
So please don't kill them. And they're very easy to identify. I posted like 5 pictures of what they look like.
Did you give it back to them, Vincent? Did you give it back? Because we give it back when people flip us off. We just send it right back.
Oh yeah. Oh that. Yeah. Well, once something like that happens, there's no mercy. Fuck that noise.
Okay. That was my very first time because someone had told me to get on Nextdoor to try to help my company and try to promote my business, and it was the first time I'd ever been involved in anything to do with Nextdoor other than just promoting my business. And so I didn't really, because I have no social media. I've got no Instagram, Snapchat. My friends on YouTube already know this. I don't have anything. I've got nothing. I only have YouTube. That's it. So
okay,
like
sometimes that's good enough actually.
Yeah. So I didn't really know what was going on at the time. All I knew was that I remember I kept saying this over and over again. I was like, if one of you guys get bit and you don't listen to me, you're going to die. You're going to get very sick. And especially if it's one of your children, which is what you need really to watch out for. Because a common misconception with snakes is that people think when a snake bites you, it just kills you within like 15 minutes. That's not the way it works.
It takes a while for them to work.
Yeah, it's just not that way. The most venomous snake in the world will still take almost 2 hours to kill you. Now, the last 45 minutes, you're not moving, but it still takes another 45 minutes for you to die. Okay, but I mean, but there's things you can do to stop it. But anyways, my only point in this rant is that they didn't know anything about snakes whatsoever. They were literally on Nextdoor trying to get answers what this was. I came on, had all the answers, and because my answer did not fit their narrative, I was automatically the pariah. Automatically. Okay.
I had to laugh at that shit because, like,
let them die.
My mom would take me to like national museums and zoos all the time as a kid. She even took me to marshland sanctuaries to learn about shit. It was actually kind of cool. Like one time, I think in San Francisco, we saw like them feeding the venomous snakes. So they fed a venomous snake a live mouse, right? And it actually like attacked it and like wrapped it around. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But you got to see what they did. I mean, they don't do it anymore because I found out because I got bored and I look on YouTube, like Viper Keeper. Like he's like a licensed herpetologist and he has like all these venomous snakes. And the thing is that I learned like actually it's not good to feed them live prey if you can help because it makes them more aggressive. You don't want those fuckers that aggressive. But yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because like I'm just kind of laughing about it because it's like one of my family members, they had a gopher problem, right? Yeah, right. A gopher problem. And they were telling me like, oh yeah, I saw a big snake and I killed it. And I just said, why the fuck did you do that? Was it doing anything? It's like, no. And now we have a gopher problem. I said, well, maybe next time you see a big because they realized that it was like, and they kind of looked at me sheepishly like, yeah. I said, because now we saw like fucking gophers like eating the plants and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just Christ. Like, I mean, here in California, like we have rattlers, but they're in the dry areas off the trail. They really don't like fucking with people. They're very rarely in the like the residential areas where these people like so I was just like going, okay. So they killed this big fucking gopher snake, and I said, why did you fuck you kill a big fucking gopher snake if it wasn't doing shit to you? Just leave it alone.
Because snakes scare people, which is normal, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they do.
The Bible.
Shit. It was just like,
you know.
Good job.
I mean, yeah, I like what Hojo said. Dude, 80% of America suddenly became geopolitical experts in 2016.
Yeah, that's the funniest shit. That is the funniest.
I saw somebody go on this whole thing about North Korea and how they were going to nuke us in World War III. And my ethnicity is Korean. And I have relatives in Seoul. Said that's not going to happen, you fucking nitwit. But I didn't want to get in an argument with him because he went on this whole fucking thing. And I'm like, okay, you do realize that they don't have shit, do you? But it's like they went on this whole long 5-page thing about how North Korea was going to nuke America. I'm like, that is not going to happen. Asia doesn't.
They don't have the capabilities. Yeah, they don't even.
Asia doesn't want that to happen. They just recovered from the last fucking major conflict, which was the Khmer Rouge, like doing the killing fields. Okay, that's the last one. If you want to look at that in Vietnam, they just finally economically pretty kind of recovered. They don't want to deal with another war. That's why it's like with North Korea, it's like if North Korea tries to do any shit, not only the U.S. will be on their ass, but the rest of Asia. They don't want to fucking deal with it.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Always.
Sure.
What? Rex is going to say something
smart. When I was on the prison yard when I was young, I got busted for weed, and I was actually on a prison yard for weed a couple years. Yeah. And it was down in Bisbee, Arizona, or Douglas, Arizona, which is right by the Mexican border, like 8 miles, right? So a couple times we had people escape and go for the Mexican border. It was kind of funny. They never made it. But
nicely done.
I found this snake, little bull snake, little baby bull snake, only like, little, foot long, right? On the yard. And I was like, oh shit, I got me a pet. Snatched that dude up, made me a little box, kept him
a fucking pet, man.
Dude, they hit us with a fire alarm once at like 4:00 in the morning, right?
Oh my God.
And I had to get out with the snake. So that they wouldn't take it and I wouldn't get like privileges.
Shit, that's funny.
Whatever shit they were doing at the time.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was funny. Like I had a pet snake on the prison yard.
Nicely done, man. Nicely done.
You didn't have any fucking vermin in your cell.
No, I had him with me when I went outside, but they found the cage. They were like, "What's this?" I don't know. That's the only answer in the joint. Okay, doesn't matter what they ask. There's one answer. You do not incriminate yourself in any way, or they just start taking your shit. Don't do it.
Was a Quentin White in the chat? Was that his last words? Isn't that it?
No, I think it was something just as dumb. It was like, oh, I think I fucked up or something, or I think I'm
after it stabbed him in the chest, I thought it was something like, he got me in the chest or something. But
it was something like that. Yeah, and also I was like kind of like thinking to myself, like, and I actually liked Steve Irwin, but I gotta say, well, he died as he lived.
I mean, he loved what he was doing.
A fucking idiot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put my dick in this fucking Tampa's ass.
I also had a couple snakes when I wasn't in prison. I had a bull snake that our cat cornered in the front yard, so we brought him in and gave him a good home. So he didn't end up getting killed by something in the hood because the cat would have done it if we hadn't caught him, right?
Oh God!
So I also had a California king snake. And I don't know if you know what a California
king snakes is. Are awesome.
But
they're huge and cannibalistic and they kill each other.
I mean, they're black with little white stripes. Yeah. Right? Mine was named Martin Luther King Snake Jr.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I beat my trouser snake a few times. I knew like a fucking dick joke would make it in here.
Oh, I forgot about my hot
that.
take about you guys' conversation from earlier. It's not a bad idea or a bad thing that Cavill has left Witcher because Witcher sucked.
I haven't seen it. I never really got into it either. I'm like, okay.
I like the game.
I promised myself I would watch every episode and not stop and watch the whole thing through because I'm a huge fan of the books and the game. And I promised myself I would watch it and I would hold my opinion until the very end. And when I was done watching that stupid, horrible show, I mean, okay, it's ruined me so much that I almost don't want to play Witcher 4 when it comes out because I'm worried that they're going to bring that woke PC crap into that awesome game. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm on purposely not playing Witcher 3 again for a while because I want it to be new to me again when I play it again. But I couldn't believe it. I mean, one, if I'm watching Witcher, I don't want to watch a show that's 70% about Yennefer. I give two shits about what Yennefer does in the story of Witcher.
Okay? No, she's hot, man.
Dude, she was always hot. Her and
she's
Triss
hot,
were
bro.
always hot.
I think give her my magic stick. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, they're hot.
But you want to watch the stories that Geralt got into in the books and the game. That's what it's about. It's about the way that people treat him. It's about the different horrible things that the humans do to each other. That was one of the beautiful things about the story in the game is it doesn't just show you these monsters that exist. At least the monsters have an excuse for being what they are, for doing what they do. Then they show you the humans, and they're even worse than the monsters because there's no reason for them to act this way. So you're like, one of the worst stories in the game was a story about a guy that has to end up killing his own child because of something that he actually, horrible thing that he did to it. And
the Baron.
What's up?
The Baron guy.
The Baron, yeah. You can spare him or he kills himself. It's great, and it's like that. And that guy was a total piece of shit.
Yeah,
he was a total piece of shit. And
I kept wanting to kill him, and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah. You have to do it to continue on into the game, but they do that on purpose because the game makers were trying to show you that even though you were a hunter of monsters, you were also protecting monsters.
Yeah.
Like you were defending the monsters that were human and killing the monsters that weren't. It was a great game.
Right.
So when I'm watching that TV show and they've got, I don't know how they convinced Cavill to be in there. By the way, I don't know how they did that, but
money.
I mean, they must have given him a lot of money. I don't know how much they paid him for, but they must have given him a lot of money. But,
to be in the game and the movies, and the shows, they gave him some money. Yeah.
Yeah. Was he now? Now he's what other voice acting does he do? Does he do other voice acting as well?
Well, I mean,
not to my knowledge.
Superman too, right?
Well, if there's a Superman video game, then maybe.
Yeah, but he's not the voice of Superman in any of the new Superman.
That's true. It's George Newbern. That's the guy.
Yeah,
George Newbern was the voice for the animated Superman for a long time.
Yeah, and they've got a new guy voicing him now in the new Super Sons movie, which, by the way, did a review on it. Amazing movie. Oh my God! If you haven't seen it, go watch it now.
I'm open to.
They did not have woke in it. They got rid of all the crap. They brought back a lot of the nostalgia that we love about Batman and Superman. There's even, oh my God, trigger warning. There's father-son relationships. And Lois Lane is a supportive wife. It's crazy. And she's also a badass. Imagine that. So
that can happen too,
I mean, oh my God, imagine a woman can be a badass and support her husband without emasculating him at the same time.
That's been lost of late.
Yeah.
Hey, Pops, forgive me, allow me a moment, sir. I am getting tired. I must eat something and then I must go to sleep. I have a long day tomorrow. So I am going to vacate myself from this premises because you're all beautiful humans, but I need to sleep.
It's some rest, brother.
I must go to sleep. Pops, I'm going to see you tomorrow at the Tuesday Morning Brew. Wherever the hell he is. All right.
Okay. He's not on. I think
okay, brother. You have a great night, man. Yeah,
All right, man. I'll see. It's good to meet you, Vince. Christy,
man. It's a pleasure.
I love you.
Do this again.
All right. See you later, man.
I love you. Marry me. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Bye. See ya.
Hi, Rich.
Have a good night, man.
No, we weren't going anywhere quite yet, TJ, but Rich is gone.
Yeah, Rich like
the link is pinned for anybody that wants to join us. The link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. So, yeah, Rich has to, he's over there in the UK. He gets tired. He gets cranky when he gets tired. Now he's going to come back and cuss me out. So, Pop.
Well, Pops, you said that, man. I have my guys that I watch in the morning now. Now that I have my own channel, so there's I watch you, I watch a couple other people, and all day today, everyone's been like each other's throats, just about. Or I say everyone, quite a few people have been argumentative more than often. I've heard more "see you next Tuesdays" and more cuss out sessions today than I have the entire time I've been watching you guys. And I'm like, wow, man. Like I woke up at 7 a.m. and they were already cussing at each other. I don't know if it's just the polarity of the moon or if the comets that are here or if it's Halloween. I'm not quite sure.
Well, for me, I usually, if something happens, usually something happens before CRoM Con. Christy can attest to that. Something happens almost the week before CRoM Con every month. Like somebody tries to get to, cause problems or whatever with me. And it's like never the same person. A couple times, like spread out, it might be the same person. But you know what I mean? It's just always something. Well, I've learned to hold my tongue until after CRoM Con. That's all. Then I get it out and I move on. That's all. You know what I mean? It's like I got work to do. I don't,
And what is CRoM Con?
That's what I did all this last weekend. It's a 2-day, actually it starts Friday night, but it's a 2-day online Comic-Con. We highlight everybody's campaigns. We even had some people come out from like a comic book store where they were doing a signing and stuff, and they set up a camera and came to us live from the store down at the Collective in Florida. We try to keep the network open to as much new stuff as possible. So every month, it's like we sign up. It's comic related, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. I was going to ask if it's comic or D&D or because I saw you playing the game.
We have a couple games on the network, a couple of shows where we play games on the network. CRoM Con Friday night, we kicked it off playing a game because Chris does a show Friday gaming, so we just made it the kickoff show for CRoM Con this month. That's not like a regular thing. It just depends on what's happening. Sometimes somebody's launching a book that day. Sometimes somebody's counting down a book on that day, the day before CRoM Con. So the opening show just is whatever it happens to be. Sometimes it's ladies' night. And I just invite all the ladies to come out, and I get the hell out the way and let them do their thing. Those are some of the best shows we've ever done, huh, Christy?
Yep.
Where I don't know if you've told anyone this. What state are you in?
Excuse me?
Where are you at? Like what state?
Michigan.
Michigan. What about you, Christy? Where are you at?
I'm over in California.
That's right. You said California. I'm in Texas.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Got a whole bunch of Texans in our happening, man. A whole bunch of them.
What's funny is we have a lot of everyone now. Ever since 2020-ish, we had a huge flood of people. I'm driving down the road now, and it's Jersey, New York, Michigan, everything from Alabama, South Dakota, Ohio. They're coming here.
I lived in Arizona for 35 years. I know like 6 natives. Even the kids I grew up with were all from somewhere else. I knew like a couple that, were actually born there. I was from somewhere else. I wasn't born there. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Yeah. 35 years I watched it always be more of everybody else than us, especially in the winter. Oh my God. You go to a Cardinals game and no matter who they were playing, the stands were full of the other team's fans. That's how it was. You know, I mean, now the Cardinals been there long enough that they have a generational fan base. But back then, it was all the other team. Always.
That's because it should have always stayed the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, I didn't want them, bro. Look, that was the year of the expansion.
I know.
Arizona could have got the Carolina Panthers instead of getting the St. Louis Cardinals.
I just always thought it was ironic that Emmitt Smith joined the Cardinals after he came back. That's kind of weird.
It was just a blow it to me. I was like, we could have got our own team. Never been nowhere else before. No, they gave us a team that been all over the goddamn.
I mean, 100-year-old franchise at that.
Yeah. And
Wild Dogs comes in from the woods. What's up, Eric Boyd? What's up, Quentin? Hey, Carol. Oh my goodness. Hey, TJ. Good to see you. Christy, Vincent. Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Doc? Pleasure to meet you.
We've been all over the place, Carol. It's like sports ball just happened to pop up in there. It's not.
We just started talking about sports.
Yeah, it's not even the topic of the day.
I can't, and I can't stay long. I got to go pick Christine up. Her car's in the shop. So
it's 4:20.
That's not me, by the way. He lives in Georgia, so.
Huh? What?
No, he said Christine, and sometimes people mistake me for that. So I was like, no, I don't live in Georgia like he does.
No. I'm going to go pick up Christy. I'm going to go get Christine, my friend Christine.
Yeah.
But Carol, I don't talk sports usually. I stopped watching it when they started doing the whole kneeling thing. When they got political in football, I was like, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm done. I was like, nope.
I was always not into sports that much either.
So Vincent, tell me a story about that red and gold thing I see back there behind you. Are you a double dog?
I don't even see it out there. Okay, yeah.
Are you a double dog?
Of course, yeah. Why would I have it up otherwise?
Oh, Semper Fi, double dog.
Hoorah! India Company 3-5, first bar div. Who were you with?
I was second bar div, and I was a double doc.
Oh, right. Oh, wait, hold on. You were Navy, or you were a battalion working as?
I was absolutely Navy. But the last time I wore a Navy uniform was when I graduated boot camp.
We have another doc that floats around with us. His name is Apex. All right.
Yeah, I know Apex.
Yeah, Apex was in there, and I think we have one more too. I think we have another one too.
You're right back.
It might be Blair. I think Blair was a doc too, but. And then we have Mark. He was Army, so I'm trying to memorize everyone that was in the service.
Yeah, but that's kind of like being in the military.
Yeah, exactly.
Army.
So you were Doc. I was infantry. I was in from 99 to 04.
You were 0311? Is that?
Oh, well, I have 3 MOSs.
Okay.
Technically.
Yep.
All right. I went to 3 different schools. I was 0311, 0331, and 0351. But
0331 was comms, right?
No, 0331 is a machine gunner.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I don't have any MOSs that are outside of the infantry field. So yeah, but I was the only Marine that I knew that went to 3 different schools though for the infantry. I have a certificate in the military that literally says I'm 0311, 31, and 51.
Outstanding.
And then at the end, I even got trained on mortars, but I never got the certificate. So technically, it doesn't count.
yeah. I got you get all those certifications that aren't full schools, right? So like, no, I did not, Jim. I can't wait to see it though. You get all those certifications, like every corpsman is a paramedic, so you get the paramedic certification. You get this, you get that, phlebotomy, IV therapy, blah blah blah, right?
When did you serve, Doc?
I was in from 84 to 92.
84 from 90. Okay, so did they have combat aidsmen when you were in?
Never heard of such a thing.
Okay, so what they did is they implemented this program. You're going to love this. So they were like, hey, our docs are getting fat and can't keep up. So we're going to train the Marines to be, see my air quotes, combat aidsmen.
Okay. All right.
So it was typical Marine Corps fashion, 6 days of intense 8-hour training.
We used to make fun of, we called them the white pudgies, the marshmallow boys, that were fleet corpsmen. They'd come out all flaballastic to the FMF and supplement our ranks. We weren't them. and my Marines would not call them Doc. They'd say, "Hey, Corpsman, come here."
Yeah, Corpsman.
Yeah.
We had a fat guy that went to. Yes, I'm fat shaming YouTube. By the way, in the Marine Corps, YouTube, this is a well-known fact. So you have to ban all Marines. We are given a briefing at the beginning of boot camp training, telling us you will hate all fat people. Just letting you know.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we do not like fat people because fat people get you killed. Just letting you know.
There's a cadence. You're a disgusting fat ass. Now, for the record, Vincent, I am now a fat ass, but I earned
you are a civilian. You are a civilian, though. It's okay.
Yes.
It's all right.
No,
all right.
I'm not. By God, I am still a corpsman.
Just kidding, Doc. Just kidding.
About me.
But I earned my fat.
Doc, I got up to 317 pounds, man. Like seriously. I got up to 317 pounds. That was back in 2008, man. Yeah, I got really depressed. It was after a really bad breakup, and I got up to.
CRoM had a weight problem too. He did, didn't he, Christie? CRoM.
Who did?
Oh yeah.
CRoM had a weight problem.
Make fun of Egg Lady too.
Yeah.
Seems like all my enemies are turning into Egg Lady.
I dropped the weight, Doc. I mean, it was so bad I could barely walk. And I've got all the injuries from the Corps.
Yeah.
The backpacks and everything. So, I mean, a lot of people don't understand the 50 cal weighs almost 100 pounds whenever.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, it's no joke. So we had a doc join us about 4 weeks before we went to Iraq back in 2002, and he couldn't even do a quarter-mile run. Yeah, dude, he was so out of shape, and I mean, he got lucky because we attached him to mortars because I mean there was no one else he could be with, he couldn't do anything else. Okay, and mortars are in the rear with the gear, so they attached him to it. But I mean, he was, I'd say 5'10", 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
In the Navy. As a doc.
Yeah, listen, there were a lot of them.
So we were asking him, how the did you get attached to an infantry unit? And it was a numbers game, he got stuck there because they needed a body, right? And he told us that he'd been in the Navy for 8 years and he'd been in a hospital pretty much the entire time, only on ship once. So they gave us a guy that was on ship once and had been in a hospital the entire time, a mobile doc. I mean, how does that even work? How did that go in their head? And we were so used to the hardcore docs, that keep up with us, train with us every day. They would go
do every damn thing the devil dogs do. The devil dogs do it too.
Exactly. So then we get this fat fuck in there, and on our very first everything that we did, he's like training with us. I mean, and he's falling down in the run, right? And he just falls out, but Humvee comes up, picks him up, and we're just like, fuck. Because we know he's going with us. We know he is.
Now, mind you, those fat asses can be great clinicians, great treatment professionals. They can cure what ails you, but it's of no use if you can't keep up with where you're supposed to be.
I don't think I'll ever be 50 pounds overweight ever again because they shrunk my fucking stomach down.
Chrissy, I can't even visualize you being heavy.
I was heavy, I was 50 pounds overweight, but that was because of my pancreas being a cunt, basically.
Yes, just that evil pancreas. It must be punished.
Well, they took the evil out. Now it's in some jar or something. Well, actually, I asked, where'd you put it? Do you have it in a jar? And they said, after they examine it, they pretty much get rid of it. I'm like, God damn it. It's I said, why don't you get me to take a picture of it first?
Yeah.
And they gave me this weird look.
By the way, just that story should tell you where you want to invest your money right now. Biomedical waste disposal is always a profitable stock.
Hey, I know. It's funny you say that, Doc, because they just released an article saying, number one, they released an article saying that we will now be using, and I quote, how they call it, former people that were formerly alive as waste fertilizer. They didn't call them dead bodies.
They referred to formerly alive.
Yeah, formerly. They didn't call them.
From now on, I identify as formerly alive. Leave me the fuck alone.
That and I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but there is a massively huge possibility that we could get even more into a issue over all across the pond over there. So
Yes.
biowaste might be a pretty good thing to invest in right now.
We could certainly, and by we I mean we Americans, can certainly provide you with as much of that as you need.
Well,
if you pull the trigger.
If you pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Harold says, "Wait, let me get a pancreas selfie."
I kind of miss my pancreas, that part of it, but I'm glad it's gone.
We were talking about I can't remember whose stream we were on, but I didn't tell them what it was, but the doc that I was on with, we joked about it. We joked about the silver bullet.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of people never push themselves past a certain level. I talk to gym rats, and every gym rat basically has the same idea in their head. And this is normal civilian thought process, okay? Because I work out, I'm a badass. Okay, but basically, okay, it's that muscle head mentality, okay?
Yeah, gym bros.
Yeah, just because you can bench press 300 pounds, guys, does not mean that you can fight for shit, or that you know how to fight, or that you know how to do anything other than just bench press 300 pounds. Because despite common belief, the guy that's attacking you does not lay down on the ground or let you lay down on the ground and let you bench press him. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to understand, but it doesn't work out that way.
Come here, let me curl you.
Like we had this cat, huge, man. You talk about a monster of a man. He was like 6'7", 290 pounds of just muscle, dude. Okay. And we made him carry all the heavy shit. The 240 golf was always on him. We need extra ammo. We put on this bastard.
He's a mule.
He's a mule, dude. Yeah. And he hit me in the face once when we were training, and because I accidentally kicked him in the balls when we were training, right? And I'm like, okay. I was like, free shot, come on. So he hits me in the face, and
receipts.
He was so surprised because he didn't knock me out, and I was like, dude, have you never been in a boxing ring before? It doesn't really matter how strong you are. Like, it matters on how tough the other person is and how well you can execute a punch. So, dude, he was huge, strong, tough. I saw this guy do some crazy shit. Okay, like seriously crazy shit. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, guys. It matters on your skill level. It matters on how well you can fight. I can go off on a tangent on that all day.
There was if you picture that same guy, I boxed in the Navy, and I was 2-1. So guess what the one was? Yeah, that big giant Godzilla gets in the ring, because once you get to heavyweight, that's it. There's no super heavyweight class, right?
Yeah.
So I was 220, pretty muscular, very quick, good boxer. I get in the ring with this guy, and I come up to his nipples, and his biceps are as big as my leg. And I went, okay, no big deal. I know how to chop down a tree. I get out there, and I throw a couple of quick jabs. His jab knocked me the fuck out.
Damn.
I mean, just bam, gone.
Dude, some people, man. I mean, I've met guys that were 160 pounds that could like bench press 300 pounds, dude. Yep. Imagine how fast that punch is.
Yep.
I mean, like there's they tell stories about I'm throwing air quotes, people that are listening and not watching. Okay, Superman. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle. Okay. There's a story about Mickey Mantle where he was so upset with his batting average or something in the middle of a practice one day. He stood up, no knees, and just snapped his bat in half. Okay, so think about that for a second. Okay, he stood up, had a bat, and just snapped it in half.
Yeah.
So a person that strong, I mean, when we're talking about these great baseball players from the past, like they were able to do amazing things, obviously.
Yeah.
So but yeah, think about that. And I mean, there's people that have been able to do that. And when you have a guy, I don't know how tall he was, but he sounds like he was pretty damn tall. 6'7", 6'8", 300 pounds, 315 pounds, like you said, arms the size of tree trunks.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to know exactly what you're doing, and you're also boxing, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So when you're boxing, you have to follow the rules.
Yep.
Yeah, you literally have to follow the rules of boxing. So we're not talking about a street fight.
Right.
It's completely different. So yeah, you're gonna hurt.
Carol says, "You want to see me rip this phone book in half?" My brother was on the power squad that used to do that. They were Christian. Remember, they would rip the phone books, blow up the hot water heater bottles. He was on that team.
What was it called?
Power Squad.
It had a lightning bolt. It was a lightning bolt, right? Their symbol and everything, or something.
Yeah. Power Squad was the name.
Power
of it.
Squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He did the his thing was he started with bend the iron pipe, but then he was the blow up the hot water bottle, and he hated that part, so he quit. But
yeah, I've seen the water bottle thing, man. That's pretty crazy, dude.
But I'll say this, Vincent. If I had to run from here to my mailbox, there would be 3 or 4 breaks in between. But I did tell my son this. My son is he's my height and he's jacked, and he kids around. I said, "Son, I ain't got but one left in me. You don't want to be the one to catch it. Don't let the flab fool you, boy. There's iron under there." That's a lie. Ain't no iron under there no more.
The skill's there. The skill's there, you know.
The skill is still there, but many broken bones and my big fat ass. Like I said, I got one left in me, and it better be to defend somebody's life because I don't want to waste it on something stupid.
Well, I have to say this, man. Like I'm in my early 40s, okay, and I went to the chiropractor about a month ago. And I'm starting to get to the point now where all the stuff I did in the Marine Corps and all the stuff, I was a BMXer and a skateboarder. Okay. Horrible skateboarder. I fell more than I did tricks. Okay. I was a decent BMXer though, but I sucked at the skateboard. But everything's starting to hurt now. And, I exercise, I work out, I eat good, I take care of myself. But dude, I still hurt every day when I wake up. And I was like, Doc, what can I do to get rid of my back pain? What can I do to get rid of my leg pain? Why does this hurt? Why does that hurt? And he's like, he literally knocks on my head and he goes, "Hey, dumbass, you're old." It's like, he goes, "Look," and I told him what I was doing. I told him how I was working out, taking care of myself. And he's like, "Be glad, because if you weren't, you would be even worse."
Yeah.
Okay. Because he told me and explained to me, and he was like, "You need to stay active because if you get to 65, imagine trying to lose weight at 65 or whatever." And I was like, "Shit, man, I didn't even think about that."
My doctor said all those checks you wrote against your body have come due. When you're in the military, you write those checks. You say, "Yeah, I know I'll pay for this at some point, but not today." Yeah, Carol, that may be the funniest thing I've ever heard out of you. The last time I ran from the end of the driveway to the house, I had just hit a hornet's nest with a lawnmower. By the time I got to the front door, I was missing a shoe and had no pants on.
I understand the shoe, but why'd you take your pants off? They were protecting you.
She ran right out of them.
But what is she doing?
Maybe
unzipping
the hornets got up inside there.
Yeah, if
maybe the hornets got up inside the pants.
You know what? You're right. Maybe the hornets got up inside there. I am the only time I ever got
see, look, there it is. See, shit was all up in my clothes.
Oh my god, that would be horrible.
I hit one on my riding mower, and this is the big John Deere riding mower. Well, I wasn't going to run away from shit because I don't run anymore. But I found out how fast that mower could go. I'm here to tell you, Jack. As soon as I saw him swarming, I tucked my head like I was in a Formula One motorcycle. And we went pedal to the metal back to the house. Grass flying everywhere.
Over the rose bushes and shit.
Yeah, it just run over everything. The dog, it didn't matter.
Oh, man. I found a black hornet nest. This is back whenever I was over a former friend's house. He's out in the middle of the woods, nowhere. And somehow, some way, black hornets are highly aggressive. Those of you that don't know black hornets.
Yeah.
Right, and their stings feel like miniature 22 rounds. I mean, like they're really bad.
There's no describing them.
Yeah, it's and they're so aggressive. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna hurt yourself. Okay,
They are look. They are hate with wings.
Yes,
That's all they are.
Yes. So I've killed hundreds of wasp nests, hornets nests, stuff like that.
Yeah. What's up, Q?
So I get the cup of gasoline. Okay, I got the cup of gasoline in my hand. I'm walking up to it, not worried about it, not wearing any protection. I mean, dude, I got the swagger. I'm like, I'm a bad motherfucker, right? Dude, God loves humbling you. He loves humbling you.
Yes.
I believe God has a big red button for every person. And
Yes.
sometimes he just leans that elbow on that button, and it's called the fuck with you button. And he's just like, fuck with you, man.
And he gets a chuckle out of doing it. He gets a chuckle out of doing it. Oh, you think you're tough?
Natural selection.
You think you're tough, big boy? Here, let's try this.
Kind of natural selection, guys.
I've got the cup of gasoline. I'm walking up, and I'm literally in mid toss of the gasoline, and my foot slips on a fucking rock, and it misses. It like, okay, half the gasoline gets on my shirt. The rest of it,
oh my god,
the rest of it goes to the right of the hornet's nest. They get pissed off. I turn around, I'm taking out front, dude. They stung me over like 30 times in the back of my head before I even got in the driveway, dude. Me and my friend are taking off. He's getting stung. I'm getting stung. We make it about, I don't know, 5 feet, 10 feet in front of the porch, and I'm so like, I mean, I'm passing out. Okay, I mean, I'm like on my knees, and I reached up. I remember right before I passed out, I reached up, and the back of my head, man, was just like, and I'm bald, right? So the back of my head had like all these like needles in it, swollen up, and I'm like falling down on the ground. And they took pictures. There's Polaroids of me somewhere, and my head looks like something out of like an alien movie.
Cauliflower.
I mean. And okay, so I
alienation.
But Vincent, did your pants stay on?
My pants stayed on.
Thank God.
Dude,
Carol's just saying it couldn't have been that bad because you didn't run out of your pants. So.
I mean, my God, dude. You know, and that was a valuable lesson, though. That was a very valuable lesson, because from now on, when I go to kill any hornet's nest, I always check the ground. Make sure it's nice and flat.
Check your footing before you launch. Thumb clip, pull pin, throw grenade.
Oh my God, dude.
Where did you go to boot camp?
What's that? Oh, where'd I go to boot camp?
Yeah.
I'm West Coast Marine, Texas.
Okay.
So West Coast, yeah.
Paris Island back in the day. Now, where the rifle range is now, used to be the grenade range. They don't do grenades anymore now until they go to AIT. So
that's
there
right.
was
It's called AIT now. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a tree on the left-hand side that literally looked like a spider standing on its tiptoes, because so many grenades over so many decades has pulverized the sand into a micropowder that's mostly metal from the fragmentation, but it has also blown the strata out from under this tree. So EOD was out with us one day because we had a dud.
That stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal, civvies.
Yes. And these are the most insane people in the military, by the way.
351, right here.
Yeah. And so they stayed, and we accumulated 4 duds. And we just said, hey, how about let's fuse all 4 together, put it under that tree, let's get it down, because it's always catching on fire, and we have to call the fire department. It slows us down. Throwing grenades is a sunrise to sunset evolution. Let's fix this. So they said okay. So they wired.
What was the ordinance?
It was the M67 frag.
Okay.
So not really a big deal.
Yeah.
However, Carl,
we're not talking about an 80 millimeter freaking mortar here.
No.
Okay. All right.
So they fuse all 4 of them, but we even take the precaution of getting out of the observation tower. We get down below the berm. This thing blows, and 3 things happened. One, the tree went, fuck you. 2,
Okay.
it woke up the biggest hornet's nest in the history of hornets. And they knew where we were. They came over the berm after us. And the third thing is immediately the phone in the tower starts ringing. I'm the range safety officer, so I run up there to get it. It's the commanding general's office wanting to know what in the fuck was that just rattled the windows in my office all the way back main side. I said, sir, EOD was just detonating some unexploded ordnance, sir. Oh, okay. Well, carry on. Ooh, thank God. All while dodging the hornets. Huh?
Oh, my God. I said, generally speaking, EOD gets away with a lot of shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, within reason. Speaking, yeah.
I mean, dude, like, if I wanted det cord just to have fun with, I'd go to my EOD buddies. I mean, I'd be like, hey, bro, I really want to show off today at Big Bear this weekend. Can I get a roll of det cord from you and like maybe 2 M80s? Sure, yeah, man, yeah, dude, and maybe a box of blasting caps. Yeah, don't worry about it, bro.
That's literally how we got that tree down, was det cord around each of the roots.
Dude, det cord, like, okay.
That stuff
I try to
is
explain to people what det cord is, man. They don't get it, dude. They do not understand how badass det cord. Imagine taking C4 and making it into a string.
A rope, yeah.
Right? And it's got some decent tensile strength to it too, okay? And
wait a minute, wait, Vincent. Carol again scores. I learned my lesson too that day. I don't mow that lawn anymore. That part of the yard is dead to me.
She just owned it. She just owned that yard, man. She was like, fuck you, yard. She also says,
Carol,
get off my deck.
Carol, you're killing me.
This time when I yelled at her, a much, much larger bear little bitch went and told his mom on me.
Fuck nature. Carol, you are killing me today, man. You are on fire.
It's Halloween, man. It's Halloween, dude.
Trick or treat.
Shameless plug time for me. By the way, I don't know if you heard me, Q, but I did say hello. Pleasure to meet you, man. Doc, pleasure to meet you too.
You too, Double Dog.
I'm very new to YouTube, so I'm taking all takers. I need all the advice I could possibly get. Today's day 21. Actually, no, day 20. So please go to my channel, subscribe, watch my videos. Let me know what I need to do to make myself better. Tonight I'm doing a live tonight at 5:30 at Central Standard Time. We're going to be talking about NPCs and sharing scary stories. Okay,
cool.
We're going to be
cool. What is the theme of your channel there, Vincent?
We talked a little bit about it earlier. My channel is going to be focused on bringing back the men and women of our great country and getting away from the NPC culture, from the woke PC culture, from the, I call them.
Stop! I'm getting an erection.
Well, okay, I was telling this earlier, Doc, and you're gonna respect this. I got someone to back me up now, Pops. I train men and women. I teach them still to this day. I teach them confidence courses. I teach them, martial courses, survival courses, stuff like that. And a lot of the issues that I'm running into with these men and women is they don't have any confidence and they don't even know who they are. They're lost.
Yeah.
I'm talking
yes. You are doing the physical, practical app of what Jordan Peterson's doing on the psychology side.
Exactly. And
listen,
I didn't even know who JP was until like 4 years ago, man.
You have my unconditional support, sir.
Thank you.
You earned it by being a devil dog, but I affirm it because of your stance. Hoorah. I'm going to get over and sub to your channel, but guys, I got to go.
It's about that time. So plug your stuff. Do it now.
My show tonight. So Q, it was a pleasure. I don't ever get to talk at all.
Pleasure to meet you, Vincent.
Guys, thank you so much for having me on, Pops. As always, it's a pleasure and honor to be here. Gentlemen, please have a wonderful
Simplify.
Simplify, do or die.
Halloween, brother.
All right, you too, man. Bye, Bo.
Peace. And bye, Doc. And Q, I'm gonna play some commercials, and we're gonna ditch on out of here because it's 5 o'clock. But tell everybody where they can find you, Q.
You can find me always in this particular channel, the Madness Comic Book Network.
Right here in the madness, baby. I love that.
Get in the madness.
It's always the right answer.
Yeah. But hey, happy Halloween.
You too, brother. I'm going to play some commercials, and then I'm going to get out of here. We're going to start with our wonderful sponsor, Chris from Laughing Road, baby.
We don't care. Look into our eyes and you see no fear, no remorse for the words that we speak on our mind. Working overtime, always on the grind.
I told you before to call me Jimmy, didn't see semi-automatics, but I see plenty of these faggots coming through claiming niggas skills and they don't really have it. Y'all don't really want it with tag. Addicts, records got my bag. The fact that's all I really need. I only start a fuck having a platinum plaque. When I got Doc Cap and IBS, we got hot on the train. No more beefing and no more diss. I finally got all the monkeys off my back. Stick on the floor and y'all already got all the money that you say you got. I don't really care, don't say what I want, so maybe one of these days I'm making shot. I blew up fast, these people ever thought I would've killed the kid, but I heard y'all try to shoot me down, but still I stood. Y'all already know I stand tall, I can't fall.
Hey, dude, I need a fucking break, man.
Wah, wah, wah.
All you do is cry. I'm fucking hiking for hours. There's a bench over there. Let's go take a seat. I ain't gonna sit on that. You know how much ass has been on that bench? I'm gonna sit on this rock. Alright, sit on the rock. So, what the fuck are we gonna do now? Fucking get high. Yeah, I like that idea. Hey, look over there behind those trees. What the fuck is that? Isn't that fucking ugly zombie that you fucking got stoned? He stole our weed? Let's go get him. Hey man, watch out for the one on the fence. Fuck! Jesus, they're everywhere. Piper! Where is she when you need her? She's probably pissing behind a fucking tree.
Oh, dude. Take that, ants. I'll piss all over your home.
Alright, so, I'm high. Woo! I'm high. There's a dead zombie over there now. Yeah, I see him. Well, I guess. You ready to start hiking again? Not really. Where the fuck are we going? That way. That way. That way. Alright. Bye, Bob!
Did you girls miss me?
The Madness.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are done.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.